I've been having one of the best weeks ever, and it all started on Friday. Not really a big deal. Um, Me and about 10 girlfriends got together and went to go see 17 again. Super cute. Zac Efron. Pretty sure I want to have 1 to 2 of his children. But, anyways, it was super cute. And then Saturday was the day before our activation, and we all just kind of hung out a lot. And we went over to my friend Amy's house, and we all, like, the whole sorority hung out together. A lot of fun. No drinking. Everybody always assumes that when people say sorority sisters are hanging out together that they're drinking, but we weren't. And most of the time we don't. And then Sunday was our activation. Most sororities call this initiation, but we call it activation. A lot of fun. My big sis came up from Tempe. My little got activated, so she's inactive now. Really just all around great day. And then after the ceremonies and after all the gifts and stuff, we came back to my house, and me, Brittany, my big, and then Stephanie, my little, all hung out together here at my house for 5 hours. And it was really just awesome because I knew that they would get along, and they got along beautifully. Like, it was almost ridiculous. And then Monday, I only have one class on Monday, and it starts at 5:30. I will never make that mistake again, because having the whole day to just sit around and, like, yeah, I do homework and stuff, but I'm a really good student, and I work ahead a lot. So yeah, it's reading week, and yeah, next week is finals, but I've been prepared since like 6 weeks ago. So I sat around all day just kind of waiting for the phone to ring, because that was the day that we were supposed to get the call from the apartment complex, as well as a call from Kohl's to see if I got the job. 5 minutes before I leave for class, like, I've been waiting around all day, right? 5 minutes before I go to class, I get both calls. I got the job, and I was approved for the apartment before I had a job. So that's a really good sign, because now, me having a job, we're going to have more money. I have orientation for my job on the 6th, and then we're moving into our new apartment on the 22nd, and that's just really exciting. I have a 25-page paper due tomorrow. I'm done with it. I just have to make a couple of formatting changes. It's APA, the American Psychological Association way of doing it, I guess, not MLA, like they teach you all through high school and then even into like 101 and 102 college. But so I just have a couple of like really small formatting things to change. But it was really nice because I was talking to my grad assistant. She's super cool. Like, we've gotten along really well this whole semester. It's more like we're friends than her actually being my superior in one way or the other. But it was really just nice because I've been having a lot of second thoughts about what I want to do when I grow up. If I ever grow up, really. And the only reason that I wanted to do social work was because there was no thesis or dissertation attached. For some reason, the thought of writing a 50-page thesis and then writing like a 200-page dissertation and attempting to get published like in a peer-reviewed journal was terrifying to me. I've written 2 like 30-page papers, 25 to 30-page papers. Not a big deal. And I was just telling her, I was like, it really just scares me. It's really intimidating. I don't know if I can commit. And she said, I mean, it was the simplest thing, but it was almost like it was all I needed to hear was, don't let this scare you out of your future. And it kind of just clicked that I was like, okay, I need to actually do what I feel like I should be doing and make a more permanent choice, not just based on what writing I will or will not have to do. So that kind of helped, and I'm actually researching counseling psychology programs right now. They are all either PhDs or PsyDs, which is the same thing as a PhD pretty much, except more clinical work. Like, it's more based on what you'll actually be doing as opposed to learning what you already know, kind of. But so I'm researching that right now, and it's so perfect for me. Like, it allows me to deal with the public in the way that I want to. It allows me to counsel people and do therapy like I want to. But it allows me to work more with pressing issues, like with real life issues, rather than mental disorders, which I'm not really comfortable working with mental disorders and prescribing drugs and stuff like that. I don't want to do that. I just want to counsel people. I just want to talk to people and be like, okay, this is what you should do. This is why you're feeling this way. This is, blame it on your mother. So that's really exciting. I'm doing the same thing with trying to stay over like this side of the country, on this side of the Mississippi at least, because Andrew's mom. But that's okay. I'm looking at Arizona State, Colorado State in Fort Collins, University of Denver, New Mexico State University, University of Nebraska, University of Northern Colorado, which I really like so far, University of Oregon, University of Utah, and Washington State University. A couple of these schools actually have master's programs too that I could do first. So if at the end, like after I graduate, I'm like, I really don't want to commit another 4 years, then I could just apply for the master's program, do 2 years, and then at the end of that, decide if I want to keep going to get my PhD. So that's really exciting. Like, this whole week has just been really awesome. I kind of really like my makeup like this, but it makes this eye look a lot smaller, and my lines are pretty even, but this eye looks a little smaller. Anyways, so I guess I'm going to close with this. Today I got my period for the first time in like 2 months because I can never find a birth control that keeps me regular. This is like the 5th birth control I've tried. I don't really have that much more time to keep changing because eventually I'm going to want to have kids. But it got me thinking, and I was kind of like, okay, if you could change one thing in history, what would it be? Mine would be that Adam ate the apple. Because after Eve ate the apple, she was punished with having to do childbirth and stuff. So if we didn't have to give childbirth, if Eve hadn't have eaten the apple, we wouldn't have to do childbirth. We wouldn't have to bloat, be sad, cry for no reason, bleed from our vaginas once a month. Men would have to. Like, if Adam ate the apple, men would have to squeeze babies through their penises and bleed out their penises and bloat and cry. And, and I also think that this would also help, like women wouldn't make 76 cents to the dollar compared to men. We would be making the dollar, and men would be making the 76 cents. Like, the whole world would just be different. Like, we wouldn't be inferior. We wouldn't get not chosen for jobs because we were going to have kids. That would happen to men. Men would be inferior. Not that I want anyone to be inferior. I think we should all be equal, but I just think that my life would be so much easier if I didn't have a period and I didn't have to worry about kids. Because even though I'm on birth control and Andrew and I are as careful as we can be, being on birth control and then not having my period for 4 months and then getting it and not having it for 2 months and then getting it and then having it regular for 6 months and then not getting it for another 4 months, every time, like, no matter what, I'm like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. This is going to ruin my life. It would really be nice to just not have to worry about that. So here's my closing question. If you could change anything in history that you think would benefit yourself or your cohort right now, what would it be? Thanks, guys.